Hey friends, welcome back. Today's build is something really special and honestly a little bit magical. This is Nexus Keep, my full castle project here in House Flipper 2. This started as a small idea for a floor plan that I liked, kind of trying to create a castle in the game, and complete with the moat and walls and towers and parapets. And somewhere along the way, it kind of morphed itself into becoming a medieval Airbnb or bed and breakfast. That's kind of the concept that we went for here. There are 6 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, 2 half baths. There's a little groundskeeper's cottage, or maybe it's the owner's cottage in the back. There's even a little secret room tucked right into the surrounding walls. There's 3 levels, and then there's entertainment up on the roof with some amazing views. This build kind of became a comfort project, something I kept adding to piece by piece, and it grew into this huge space that's part castle, part bed and breakfast getaway. So grab a drink, get comfy, let's cross the bridge and head through the gates, and I'll show you around Nexus Keep. So here I actually made a moat. I wanted a moat. What do you think of my moat? And just added some, interesting little castle walls. So as you come in, this is kind of the front entrance. The house has like a garage, or maybe it's a carport. It's a garport. It's a garage. I don't know, but it has a little kind of circular drive, and so you can come in from either side to enter the home. Let's go into this center here. So you come into the center, there's kind of this open garage. So I tucked some cars away to just kind of, this is how you could fit some vehicles in here, but I kind of like the fact that it has like a circular thing, so you could just drive all the way through. I did also tuck away a little garbage station up here by the front. I definitely think whoever lives here, taking their garbage out to the front is probably not terribly convenient. But alright, let's go in the front doors with our little knight standing guard, so we can come in. Here's the front entrance area, which, nothing too spectacular. There's just a front entrance, a little spot for an umbrella, maybe drop some items, little coat shoe area. The stairwell goes all the way up to the roof. Now I also added, this floor plan has an elevator, so I added what I assumed to be kind of an elevator. I don't know, my first crack at trying to make an elevator. I would really love it if this game actually made elevators. I mean, they've got the little roller coaster thing. I think you could maybe do like a little I don't know, like a station spot for each floor, and then just have the elevator be able to, pop. I don't know. It's my idea of, I think they could make it work. But there's like a little kind of mechanical room. So I figured this was kind of storage, all your furnace, air conditioner, water heater, electric panels. Now on the floor plan, originally it didn't have this, but I decided to tuck a little powder room into here. So just a little powder room, just a toilet, a sink, nothing too crazy or spectacular, but it just made sense to me to have a little powder room on this floor, since over on this other side I decided to add a home gym. So you've got a nice little home gym, has a little kitchenette, there's a door out to the garage, carport, garage, whatever the hell it is. So just a nice little gym. And then there's a sauna, of course, because we love our saunas. So just a little sauna. So kind of fun. And then let's head upstairs to the first floor here. So we come up, and there's a huge great room. And this really is like a ginormous great room. There's our access. I added like how if you have like security things, I don't know. Does that make sense? I was trying to make it kind of realistic for what the elevator would look like. I don't know. I'm a little silly, but Alright, and then you come in, here's just a big, huge, great room, entertainment room, so just a little spot to maybe sit and play some games, a little spot to hang out over here, there's a piano over here, and just a little spot to sit and enjoy the fire, maybe watch some TV, and there is an office over on this corner, so just a little home office. Added some little medieval doodads and stuff, and then it has just a little, closet, and then there is a powder room over here, so just toilet, sink. That's why I put the powder room is basically directly below this one. But I find this is the only thing I find a little awkward about this floor plan, that this is the only bathroom on this floor, and it's like tucked in this corner behind another room. I think that's a little awkward. I would think it would make more sense to have it done in another way. So, and then there's a little deck out here that I just added some basic, just a chill hangout area. We'll explore more of the outside later, but I kind of figure that's a little bit attached to this. And then we come over here, and there is a dining room. So big, huge dining room. Has a nice view of the garden outside. So nice dining room. And then this is kind of like a large butler's pantry. I don't know, with storage. I added those to, I wish we had some like pantry clutter, so it would look like you had a bunch of boxed goods and, whatnot that you would have in a pantry. I don't know. Then this is the kitchen. I like how the kitchen came out. It's a nice large kitchen. I built this little kind of banquette seating. I thought that worked nicely. Let me turn on the light in here. I like this effect for the ceiling. It's taking two of the curved pieces and like putting them crisscross from one another. Hopefully that makes sense. I thought it made an interesting effect on the ceiling. Either way, that's that part, and then this, nice big kitchen, little island, little built-in stove area, and then off the kitchen, connecting the other side, there's a greenhouse. So I thought this was kind of cute on the floor plan, that it had this kind of greenhouse connection, and I don't know, I tried to kind of live up to the expectation of having the greenhouse here. I wanted to take my first stab at making diagonal glass ceiling wall type things. I don't know, I thought it turned out okay, It'd be nice if we could put them on an angle and have them all come the same way, when you add them. No, it's just a thought. Alright, and then here we up onto the third floor, and this is where all the bedrooms are, and we have another access to the elevator, and so here's one of the bedrooms. I kind of decided this house became like a bed and breakfast Airbnb, like maybe people come here to, hang out in a castle. So I made the bedrooms all kind of hotel-y like. So you've got a little closet, your bedroom. Next to this is a bathroom, full bath up here, double sink, toilet, shower combo, and then another bedroom. I tried to do this kind of, I think these are called like tester beds with this kind of half canopy look. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cute. Either way, there's one of the other second bedrooms here, and then it has its own little closet. Me and my closets. I love my closets. And we can go down, and here's the third bedroom. Kind of a nice, cool blue tone. I like the ceiling effect in here, so this is another kind of just generic bedroom. And a big closet that I built in for this. I kind of feel like this is a place where it's odd that this, you have these 3 bedrooms and then 1 full bath on this side. I think it would be better to make 2 bedrooms and then give each of them an ensuite. I don't know, that's just my thought. I think that would make more sense, but I guess it would depend if you want the 3 bedrooms or just the 2. And then just a kind of laundry utility room. So it's just give you a space to do your washing. And little ironing board setup. And let's go over to the other side. And this is the master. It's a master suite. It's a large master suite. And I couldn't decide in this part. I was thinking of, do I do the chairs or do I do like a built-in type effect? Maybe I should have done the built-in, because it seems like you kind of have a weird amount of seating in this, this room. But I made the canopy bed. I wish we had canopy beds as one of the assets we could, in the game already, because I really like canopy beds. But I had fun making this one. And then, alright, so that's the bedroom part. And then there's a big closet, of course, because your girl loves her closets. So just big built-in closet, a couple islands, lots of hanging in different levels, and then I added kind of a dresser table here, or a dressing table here under the windows. Again, just little islands, little hanging spots. And then down here to the bathroom. The bathroom's pretty big. You have double sinks, a couple sinks, a little soaking tub in front of a window that's over the greenhouse below. There's some built-in seating on either side with extra storage. And let's see, and then there's a big walk-in double shower. I did like a two-side shower type thing. I thought this made sense. And then your little water closet, just a tiny little water closet. And alright, let's go up to the entertaining on the roof. And just a little tiny room here. I kind of figured this would be a good spot to sit and read a book or sit on your phone and doom scroll, right? And then up here on the entertaining deck, just a little spot to hang out with a fireplace, barbecue. And then there is I did a little built-in jacuzzi, hot tub, kind of entertaining room up here. I don't know, I thought this was kind of a good use of this space, because they didn't really specify on the floor plan, like, what is the point of this roof up here? So I figured, well, I'm gonna put something in it. So I decided to put a hot tub in here. I don't know, I thought it made sense to me. And then, alright, we can go over to the other side. I added just a little home cinema, projector, spot to sit, watch some movies, or hanging out. And then down on this side, just another little spot to hang out. I added some, like a telescope and camera. People want to come up here and take some images of the exterior of the home. It's a pretty big house. Pretty views. And then, let's and then I added this there's a glass ceiling here, so I added that to just the floor plan came with kind of this image of something in the ceiling here. So, alright, well, let's go down and we can kind of go and start exploring some of the exterior of the home. So each of the corners has a castle turret type thing, and then inside there's a stairwell up, and then each side here also has like a interior walkway, so you can walk all the way around the property, as well as one at the top, so you can walk around the property up here on all the parapets. And some of them have like little doors because it's the property angles up. I figure we can go walk to I figure this such a big property, they would have a little groundskeeper, or maybe if it's a bed and breakfast, Airbnb, this is the owner's cottage. So I added this little cottage in the back. This is kind of cute. And alright, and go in and see the little cottage. It's like a little tiny home, so just a little tiny kitchen space, a little living room space, a little fireplace, a little spot to sit and dine. And I like these windows. I thought this was kind of cute. You have a nice view in here. And there's a little coat closet as well as like pantry storage. And then you come to the back, and there is the bedroom. Not a big bedroom, just a little bedroom and you have a little closet. And then there's washer and dryer in the hall. So you have your washer and dryer. And then there's some more extra like linen storage, and they have their own bathroom. So full bath, shower, tub, couple sinks. So I thought this was kind of a cute cute little cottage for the back, and then I kind of said this was like the groundskeepers because in behind it there's access to the tower for the turrets. I added a little like greenhouse type, not greenhouse, but like, you know, a shed with the garden stuff. So here's all your gardening supplies and your mulch pit or whatever you want to call it. So this is on the back of the house. So since this would be the person who's taking care of the property, and then just go explore the back of the house. There's a cute little swing here to sit and enjoy the view. And then this has a big huge formal garden, so you can come in, just pretty little garden with some flowers and the fountain. I thought this turned out really cute, just different little flowers, and I thought it turned out really nice. I made it really symmetrical, so I don't know, I thought the garden turned out pretty cute. And then there's a little water spot, a little pond. Since the house has a moat, there's kind of a little spot in the back where the water comes through as well. So I gave them a little gazebo on the lake with some seating, and then this gives you access to the towers and the parapets. So you can walk all the way around the property inside the walls or on top of the walls. And then this will come over to the pool. So elevated. Here's the pool. I really liked how the pool turned out. And then there's kind of a little outdoor kitchen, so you can come out here and grill some food and have some hamburgers and hot dogs. A little table to sit and eat. And then I made a tiny pool house. This is really just enough space for you to, you know, maybe tuck away your clothes and get into your bathing suit. And then there's a bathroom here with, you know, a sink, toilet, and then the shower also gives you access to the outside, because I figured that made sense if you're wanting to come in and rinse off the chlorine before you change back. So, I don't know, it made sense to me. And then I really liked how this little section turned out. So you have a little entertaining deck, and then there's a path that takes you down here. Just some little seating, another little seating area, so you can and that takes you to the front of the house. And then over here in this corner, I liked how my flower and vines wall turned out. Isn't that pretty? I thought that was pretty. And then over in this corner of the towers, I tucked a tiny little room away. So you have a little room here and sit. Someone wants to stay out here, and then they have a secret door into a tiny little bedroom. Just tiny. It's not a big space. Not a lot of space in these castle walls. And then they have their own bathroom, shower, toilet, sink, just a bed, little desk. I like the cat, but you know, that's kind of the house. This was a lot of fun. I've always wanted to do kind of a castle, and I'd seen this floor plan like quite some time ago, and I remember thinking, oh, I should make that, and because it'll give me a chance to make a big huge castle in the game, and you know, get a chance to see what I think. I definitely feel like this floor plan kind of leaves some to the imagination in regards to how the bathrooms are placed. I kind of feel like that could be done better, and you know, doing the 3 bedrooms into 2 so that you can give them both an ensuite again would, to me, make more sense. But oh, that's the property. I really had a lot of fun creating this one. I really enjoyed doing the castle vibes since we have the Scooby-Doo stuff. I figured that would make it easy for me to add all the little knights in shining armor and the weapons and all that kind of fun stuff. But so that's the house. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it inspired you. Go out there and make those castles. Bye!